It's here. So, I made a video back last month, titled, or it was about DMX's passing. Because if you are unaware, I don't know how you'd be unaware. Most people know about this, but back in on April 9th, I remember the day, or actually on April 1st or April 2nd, I think was the day. DMX suffered a fentanyl overdose. He's in the hospital for a week, and he passed away on April 9th. And it was one of the most shocking losses to hip hop. And it really hit me in a deeper place. So I actually made a whole video on it. I usually don't do that, but it felt so personal to me that I felt like I really wanted to speak on what happened. So, but apparently, at the time of his death, he had an entirely finished album, like a fully finished record. I don't know if it was fully mixed and everything, but it was ready enough and finished to be released yesterday. And I was really excited for this record, but I had so much on my mind recently of releasing Derek and doing all these other things, finishing up school, that I didn't really process this album. So I didn't go into this album nearly as excited as I get into normal albums. But I was really ready for it because I was like, okay, DMX posthumous album, it has a ton of amazing features on this. We have another Nas Jay-Z collaboration, which makes me so excited, and it makes me so hopeful that this is a tease for a new record. Collab. It's not gonna happen. I know I shouldn't think that, but what if it did? What if Nas and Jay-Z made a collab? Okay, it's not happening, but oh my god, that would be the best thing in the world. But I hope both of them drop this year. I don't know if Jay-Z will, but I think Nas will. I think Nas is on his grind recently. For the last year, I know he has been with Hit Boy, but they did the Sorry Not Sorry too. So there's 2 collaborations with both of them this year. That's never happened before. They've both done collaborations with both of them, but I think the only ones existing prior to now were Black Republican, Success, and the one track, I forget what it's called, on Magna Carta Holy Grail. That's it though. And now they've done Sorry Not Sorry, and this in the span of a month, so that's exciting to me. Lil Wayne's on the record. Most of this is produced by Swizz Beatz. Great producer, love his stuff. Alicia Keys, Bono, Snoop Dogg, there's a second Nas verse on here too. Usher's on it. Oh, Griselda's on this too. There's even there's actually I actually am surprised there's not a Pop Smoke feature. I thought that was supposed to be on this. I thought there was a Pop Smoke, but I guess it's not. I think it would have fit great, but I guess it's not here. Point is though, is that there's a new record at DMX. It's called Exodus. Very fitting title, knowing who DMX is. So I didn't actually know until after the record, though, until actually the end of this record, that Exodus is the title of his youngest son, which made this album so much more emotional for me. But this new record's out. I was really excited to hear it. I was really interested to hear what DMX had put together before his passing, and I wanted to hear what the final real DMX record sounded like. So we open up with the track "That's My Dog," which was a great opening. Dark, grimy, the Swizz Beatz production sounds great. I think Swizz Beatz also does the hook, which I think sounded great too. He has a very kind of grimy voice and I like it. The Lox is on this too. I've never listened to a ton of the Lox, but from here they kill it. They do great. Every one of them does a great verse. DMX also just does a phenomenal, great, rough voice. DMX, even though he's he's a lot older when he recorded this, he sounded great on every track here. Track 2 is Bath Salts with Nas and Jay-Z, and it sounds phenomenal. This is a great track in every sense of the word. This is so much better than I hoped to be. And honest to God, this is wipes. Sorry, not sorry for that. That was a great collab, but it felt so commercially concentrated because of DJ Khaled. But here, it just feels so raw to me. It feels like all 3 of these guys are rapping like it's the freaking 90s. Jay-Z, I don't think Jay-Z has delivered such a dirty, raw verse in, honestly, years. He's a great verses this year. Every verse he's done this year has been phenomenal. But this is just raw and dirty. Nas is obviously great at that sound. He does great. The DMX is usually raw and dirty. He sounds amazing on it. The beat is great. This is just a phenomenal collab, and I'm so happy this track came out. It sounds incredible. Dogs Out is 3rd amazing track in a row. This track really surprised me because I mean, when I see Wayne featured, I get excited. I'm a massive Wayne fan, but Wayne isn't really he doesn't murder every verse, But I need to start recognizing that this guy's been murdering features recently because this is Oh my god, this verse is so good. He does so well with everything. He just delivers bars, great flow, great vocals. It is just a perfect Wayne verse. Honestly, he steals the show. This is my favorite verse. Maybe my favorite verse on the whole record. It's incredible. DMX is great with it too, but truly Lil Wayne just stood out there. You haven't heard Dogs Out, please go listen to the Wayne verse. It is next level, honestly. I love it. And obviously DMX is great on it too. He does great too. DMX is just amazing on every track here. Money, Money, Money is a great track. It's fun, catchy. I really like the darkness to the track. Moneybag Yo, I think is I did not expect that feature, but it sounds great. He has a great verse. DMX has a really great hook. It has one of my favorite beats on the record too. Even though it's probably one of the most commercial beats, I quite like it. I think it sounds very nice. Hold Me Down is great. I love this track. This is actually easily a highlight from the record. Alicia Keys, one of my favorite singers ever. Beautiful hook. Just flat out of the gate, beautiful hook. Beautiful instrumental. The piano sounds just so good. And DMX sounds so... Because DMX, not only is he's a really grimy, angry rapper, but he's a really great at inspirational tracks. And this is a really great example of it. Alicia Keys is a beautiful hook. DMX is a great verse. I mean, it's just fantastic. And Skyscrapers follows in the footsteps of that. I'm actually really surprised. I don't know if he really did a ton of it in his last few records. But like DMX and R&B singers, just a great collaboration. DMX fit so well with Bono here. The piano beat sounds great. I love the way it's all put together. I honestly think this is as good as Hold Me Down. These are both just two amazing tracks in a row. Stick It Up is a skit. It's kind of fun, but I do have to admit, I don't know why it's here. It's a very hip-hop skit. It's a very 90s hip-hop skit where just the whole premise of the skit is they're in a club that's playing Party Up, and they just pull out a gun and just tell everybody to get on the walls. It's nothing really to it, but it's just so 90s to me, you know? And I like hearing out a DMX record. It gives me a little nostalgia for, like, It's Dark and Hell's On, the old DMX records there. Then we get Hood Blues. Fucking classic. This is a classic track already. Like, it's only been out for a week, and it's amazing. This was a single for the album. I actually should have reacted to it. Why didn't I react to it? Whatever. I don't know why I wasn't super crazy about the track at first. But then when I heard it on the record, I was blown away by it. I love the sample hook. I think the beat's actually my favorite element of this song. It's like, might be my favorite, not my favorite, but like one of my favorite beats on the whole record. It's just that blues sample. I don't know why, but that's just phenomenal sampling there. So I think Swiss Beats produced it. Phenomenal sampling. But we also got to talk about all the guys here. I'm so happy DMX chose to collaborate with Griselda, because without question is Griselda influenced by DMX. And it's so cool to me. I love hearing new guys come up in the rap game and then old rappers kind of come up and work with them and kind of work on their style. I love that sound, and I think it sounds great here. Westside Gunn is a great rapper. I like what he does here. Even though I've slandered him in the past couple videos, I really think he did great on this track. I think he really performed really well. Benny the Butcher is honestly, it's really become one of my favorite rappers. He kills this. Conway, I think really delivered the best verse here. I feel like I had the most content. And I really do believe Benny and Conway are really close for me as the best Griselda member. I just think with records, I think Conway has yet to make an album as good as Tana Talk 3 or Burden of Proof. I'd say From King to a God is close. It's a great album, but I don't think it's as good. But I think on this track, he proved that he has the potential to be the best Griselda member. He kills this verse. And DMX, really gruff energy. Honestly, though, when I heard this track when it dropped, I didn't really love DMX on it, and I don't know why. I think it's just really gruff. He was really gruff on this record. And it makes sense. The gruff, like, lower voice angry rappers who were that way in the beginning of their career, now, 22 years into his career, no, 23 years into his career, I mean, yeah, he passed away a month ago, but around that point, because this was recorded before he passed away, his vocal set got so grimy by this point, and I liked it. But I like how it got more gruff through his career, though. Like, I didn't love it on Redemption of the Beast, but I love it here. I think it got to a really good point here, and I think this is a Hood Blues phenomenal track. Griselda clearly knew they were on an important track here, and they murdered it. Take Control is a really fun track. I don't think it's really a highlight for me, but I think Snoop Dogg and DMX, I've always had great chemistry. I like them so much as a duo. And that sampled hook, too, is just great. It's a fun track. It's not one I'm going to revisit a ton, though. Surprisingly enough, this track kind of looks not as great on there. This is like, it's like Punch in the Clock from the off-season, where it's a great track, but it's not a song I think about at all, because it's on a record with so many amazing better songs that just, it doesn't really hit for me. Walking in the Rain, though, this is fucking next level. I adore this song. This was one of the best songs of the year. This is without question going to be on my top 10. This is damn near perfect. That beat is just the way it progresses. It has a very slow, like, it has a very Rain sound to it. I really like it. DMX sounds great over the hook. They're the other guy on the hook, who is, Denon. Denon is great on this hook, too. They both work so well with each other. DMX kind of gives a soft performance. DMX, for his verse, it feels so content-filled. It feels so real to him. I love it. But he doesn't waste all of his content on this track. In a couple tracks, he really uses his content well. Nas kills it, though. Fucking kills it. It is incredible what he does here. His content and his, like, emotionalness about the black community and seeing all this crime and all this violence and all this murder. It's just so good. This is why Nas is a top 4 rapper for me. This is why he's a legend. He is so good at his craft, and verses like this continue to prove that for him. It is incredible. We have the Exodus skit, which once I heard this skit, okay, I'm just going to say it, so Walking in the Rain, like one of the best tracks of the year. Probably in my top 3, honestly. Next we have Exodus skit. And I'm going to be totally honest, this track almost brought me to tears. Just hearing his son Exodus just like cheering for damn, it hits so hard, man. It hits so hard to just know what happened to him and just hear that. The track next, though, I'm gonna have a hard time talking about this track without getting really emotional. Letter to My Son is a track fully dedicated to his son Exodus. Wow, it's honestly beautiful. The progression of this is amazing. I love the piano, violin, instrumental. It sounds great. And I think DMX, I love when DMX gets personal, because he still brings gruffness. You still hear the same guy, but like, I love the way he always progresses his verses kind of in this way of, I know what's right, but I can't always be correct. I can't always do what's right. And it's just beautiful on this track. It's honestly amazing. This verse, it shows how much he loves his son, but he's so conflicted, and he feels like he's such like an angry, bad person that he can't really raise his son. Damn, it hits somewhere else deep, man. It hits deep. But if DMX hadn't passed before this record, it wouldn't hit as deep, because knowing this is the last DMX song that was recorded in his life, probably, I don't know, but like on his final record that he recorded in his life, this is the ending to that record. Damn, it just hits. It hits so deep. And it brings back, I was just going to mention though, Usher on that hook. I did not know he was that beautiful, but holy shit, I need to give that guy more credit. That is a beautiful ass hook. Just fucking amazing. This track is a masterpiece. It is amazing. And damn, it hits so deep for me, because this track really, like, it brings to me the theory I have for artists, which is, somebody brought this up, but I don't think they brought him in the right way. They talked about how in artists' last albums, they always talk about how they're going to die, and they're like, we're warning you, I'm going to die. And I'm like, no, they're not warning you, they're going to die. I think that they just feel like their end is coming. You hear those last few Juice WRLD tracks where he really talks about, like, he actually, like, fully talked about, like, him feeling like he's about to die. Like, that's actually, like, what he, like, talked about on those tracks. And it's like, when you hear Legends Never Die, it feels like he knew it was going to happen. And I need to, okay, turn it back on. When I hear Circles by Mac Miller, knowing those are the last tracks from Mac, I feel like when I recorded this, I feel like he knew something was going to happen. I feel like he knew what was coming to him. Also, same with Swimming. Same with Swimming. On its own way, it really felt like that. And I don't know why that's the case. As a religious person, I would put and I'm going to put my intake of religion on this album because it's a religious album. It really is. The final track on this is prayer. DMX has done his prayers all the time, but he prays to God on this final track. And I'll just talk about it real quick. It's a great final track. It's a beautiful way to end up the record. And I love DMX doing these prayers, not only as a Christian myself, but I love it because I think it shows in a culture that's so saturated from religion, and it feels a lot of the time in rap like it's really looked down on to like really be loyal to God. But DMX has always showed so much faithfulness to religion. Even if he wasn't Christian, I would still show so much respect for it, because to end like every album off with a prayer, to like, that's just amazing. That's just a great way to end off a record, because every record he shows his love of God. It's amazing. Even on his first couple records, I love it. I think it's a great way to end off every record. And like going back to what I was saying about this, who is also X, you listen to Question Mark and you can kind of hear like it being a kind of like tracks like Hope and Changes and Sad and Moonlight. Like some of those songs are just like, dang, it felt like he knew. And you also have what is the album? He also said like a couple days before his death, "If I die," like he talked about what he wanted if he died. Like I know these rappers have that feeling, and I feel like DMX really went into this record. I feel like he knew something was going to happen, and I'm not going to say I don't obviously think he purposely did. I don't think that's true, but I feel like when he made this record, he knew there was going to be like a that he like something was happening, and he didn't know, but he knew he had to make this record about his youngest son. Because why would he make a record about his youngest son and not any of his other kids? Why? And it feels so personal to me. This is easily the most personal DMX record. Like, I don't know if it's my favorite, but the most personal without question. I'm gonna be real though, this album is a fucking masterpiece. This is amazing. This was so much better than I thought it was gonna be. This is damn near perfect. I loved every single track. I have very little I don't think I have a single criticism for this. Legitimately speaking, this is the best album of the year. Off-season is not better. The off-season cannot even compare to how just beautiful every track, every verse, and on top, not only just how beautiful the ending was, but just how grimy it is, how real it is. It's like he continues to roll with his sound, but kind of go back to an older DMX. It's a not only beautiful album, but it's just an incredibly enjoyable, grimy, great album. Not only as a DMX record that I enjoy this is just fucking amazing. From features, to production, to verses, to the best conclusion I've heard on an album in, honestly, quite some time. I don't think I've heard a conclusion to an album in, maybe even years better than this. This is something else, man. Exodus is a masterpiece. I can't give it like an A+. I'm not going to go there. I haven't heard it long enough for me to really want to go there, but I'm giving this a really solid A, like a solid ass A. This is on my list of favorite albums. I'm putting this somewhere pretty high. This is fucking incredible. I don't care what you think on DMX. You need to listen to this album. This is just beautiful. It's amazing. Best album of the year. I know nothing I'd change about this record. Everything put together here was amazing. Exodus, album of the year. I don't care. Album of the year. What do you guys think on Exodus? Let me know in the comment section below. I have a new series coming out. I don't know if it's today or tomorrow, but I have a new series coming out, and I'm very excited to show you guys it because I think it's gonna give me more perspective on being able to talk about so many different topics in rap. You'll see when it comes out. I don't have a title for the series yet, but I'll come up with it. So yeah, see you guys next time. I got a ton of reviews in June. We got Lil Durk, Lil Baby. We have Isaiah Rashad's coming out some point next month. I think it's really soon because he dropped that incredible Cave freestyle. I loved it. I love the Kenny Beats Cave stuff. I think it's a really cool series, and I think Kenny is a great producer, and I loved hearing Isaiah hop on that show. I loved it. Isaiah's dropping. Hiatus Coyote's dropping. Migos is dropping. Polo G is dropping. It's not going to be good. It looks bad, but I'll listen to it. Maroon 5 is dropping. Couple records that aren't really hip hop, but I think I'm gonna go for some reviews of those. I think I'm really gonna start trying to review more records that aren't hip hop because it's not the only genre I like. I want to talk about other genres. So I'll review new Maroon 5. I'll review a new Hiatus Coyote. I don't care that they're not hip hop. I'm reviewing them. Hey, look, it's 4:44, so it's time for me to go listen to Jay-Z. I don't do that every day, but yeah. See you guys next time. I'll probably do a vinyl update soon when Mad Villainy, Undone, and We Got It From Here come in. I'll do the update. Because I got a couple new records I want to show you guys. See you guys next time. Peace out. Go listen to Exodus. Go watch Derek. Bye.